Dear Mr. Thawn, we here at the Wade Nestor Foster Care Home would like to wish you well on your upcoming birthday. We appreciate that this is a complicated time for you, what with your birth date falling on the same date as your mother's passing. We want you to know that we care for and support you, even from afar, during these trying times. We have enclosed a check in this letter, hoping this will help you with financial stability. Please accept our sincerest regards. Sincerely, Margaret Watson, head of the Wade Nestor Foster Care Home.
Witness the sitting incident said that the man robbing the store was, quote, totally hopped up on asthma meds, and after exiting the store donned a chicken helmet and fled the scene. Police are still searching for this dangerous felon and are urging the public to keep an eye out. In other news, a body was found in Redfield Woods this morning. It was identified as belonging to local teenager Lucy Dale. Forensic experts were baffled to find there were no signs of death, nor causes of death. She wasn't poisoned by forest life, she didn't seem to have a heart attack, she didn't even seem harmed in any way. Experts are calling it a somewhat curious phenomenon. More at 6. And now, moving to a much more important story. A kid named Zuzu was spotted doing a little dance, which was fortunately caught on tape by her owner. As you can see, she's clearly having the time of her life. I just can't wait to see what Zuzu does next. The weather is supposed to be dry this week. The sky should be clear and sunny the whole time. I was
Welcome back. It is excellent to see you again. I do hope that you enjoyed our time together last time, and I hope that you made the most of what I said last time. And may the universe have blessed you with gifts from those who care about you. In my long experience in this profession, I found that the things that make the best stories are those that are echoes of the human experience. Perhaps a certain art form, or its older relative, or any kind of exaggeration or copy of that art form, all of those can lead to excellent stories. So, with that in mind regarding this story, I do hope that you take into account that new things and old things, they are very different, and if something appears to be old, but is in fact new, then it is something to be wary of. Something that you should be very concerned about, and something that you should enjoy while listening to this story. And with that, let us begin. Once there was a boy named Aaron. Aaron was somewhat unusual in that he enjoyed digging around in the junkyard by his house, finding old pieces of tech and fixing them up for his own amusement. One day, while he was digging around in a fresh load, he found something. It was an old game cartridge with the words Spirit Rescue on the front and a frantically written note taped to the back, reading, "Do not play. Broken. Destroy at all costs." Aaron thought to himself, well, that seems like a challenge, and he took the cartridge, sealing his fate. That night, he took a closer look at the cartridge, surprised to find that it was in perfect condition. It almost seemed like it was brand new, despite the dated design. Curiosity struck Aaron, and he decided to fish out his game console, also found dumpster diving, and give the game a playthrough. Booting up, it seemed like a perfectly typical game for its era. The goal seemed to be to find and capture runaway ghosts with a net, and to do this as much as you could in 5 minutes. The game was challenging, but quite fun. Aaron was enjoying himself so much that he didn't even notice the sun go down. Soon after, something strange happened. Aaron was just about to beat his own high score when the game suddenly crashed. Aaron, confused, tried everything, but the game didn't come back on for almost 10 minutes. Then, the screen buzzed back to life. The game was seemingly back to normal, and so Aaron thought nothing of it. Then he actually started the game. Everything was different. What was once cheery and colorful was now dark and morbid. The once cute ghosts were now horrid and terrifying spirits. Something was very, very wrong. But Aaron still played. He had to see what was going on. Was this an intentional game choice? He had heard of games that had done this before, but never one for such an old system. This would have been rare, extremely rare, almost as if it were meant for him. As the night kept going, the game kept getting stranger and stranger. At first, it was just creepy. Then, as more and more features of the game became corrupted, the experience became less creepy and more disturbing, with terrifying sprites, disgusting environments, and sound effects that made Aaron's skin crawl. He never realized just how much horror could be captured in small 8-bit figures. But still, he played. Eventually, the game became quiet. The horrific landscape grew dark, the creatures began to disappear, and the music became dead silent until there was nothing but Aaron's sprite in a dark, quiet desert. Aaron noticed that the timer was no longer moving and that the message urging him to collect more ghosts had disappeared. He came to a stop. There were no enemies for him to fight, no collectibles popping out at him, and no background music. It was completely and utterly silent. And then, a small black dot appeared on the screen. It grew slowly, starting to form a nebulous shape. As it grew, it swallowed everything on the screen, backgrounds, the scenery, and even the sprite of Aaron's character. Eventually, it took up the entire screen. Then, it stopped. There was a moment of pure, silent dread as Aaron froze, watching the thing on his screen. Sweat rolled down his neck, and his hands shook like California during any time of the day. He was scared to even blink, for he had a funny feeling that the thing on his screen could see him. The silence went on for several minutes, and then it was broken by a low humming that started emanating from the TV. The inky black began to grow features that slowly morphed themselves into a snarling, wide grin. Aaron's eyes widened. As they did, the grin opened up to reveal a dark red laughing mouth, which began to become less and less flat on the screen, escaping into the third dimension. And then, well, you probably don't need to hear the rest. I hope I was able to impress upon you the meaning of that story, what with my monologue and its content and everything about it. And if not, then you really don't need to worry about it or anything similar. I know that doesn't seem to be much of a concern with most of you, but some of you, in particular, really do seem to be very concerned about the things going on in these stories. Let me tell you right now, there is no need to be worried. And I would advise you to sit back and enjoy the show. I'll be seeing you again. After all, there are always more stories to tell.
Does your cat struggle to climb the stairs because of her weight? Does your cat throw a temper tantrum because she can't fit into her bed? Hi, I'm Kathleen Roberts, and I'm here to tell you about my new book, Move It Fatty, the weight loss regimen for felines. Using my technique of dieting and fat shaming, your kitty will slim down instantly. You can pre-order my book right now for only 3 payments of $19.99. That's right, $19.99. I use Move It Fatty for my kitty, Barbara. She weighed 20 pounds, and after 3 weeks of yelling and dieting, she only weighs 13 now. It's changed her life for the better, and it will change yours too.
Mysteries. The world is surrounded by them, and
sometimes they're out to get you. Are you in the Severine area and is a mysterious force, supernatural or otherwise, tormenting you and you can't get away? Then you need Alvin Serreln, private detective. If any ghost, goblin, or ghoul needs finding, he'll find it. Just use this email and you'll get a phone call with Mr. Serreln himself, armed with the scores of knowledge he has obtained from his years of paranormal investigation. So don't wait. Contact Alvin Serreln today.